Hi guys, it's Nana again. Look what I have this time. My grandma lives in Florida. Look at the alligators. Let's see. Let's turn this a little bit. Okay. My grandma lives in Florida. My grandma lives in Florida, and that is where we go when Daddy says he cannot stand another inch of snow. I don't know if you can see the pictures. 'Cause Florida is the Sunshine State, and that's what makes that state so great. The sun down there is big and bold and round and warm and bright as gold. I should probably preview these books before I start reading. That's all right. Ooh, look at the picture of sun. And right beneath that golden sun in his grandma's house, the yellow one, 'cause houses are lovely all over the nation, but under the sun is my favorite location. When we go inside, Grandma gives me a kiss. In fact, there's no place on my face that she will miss. I may wriggle and giggle and grumble and hiss, but only a grandma can kiss like this. Then after she hugs me with all of her might, she looks me all over and laughs with delight. She squeezes my cheeks and she ruffles my hair, and she tells me how happy she is that I'm there. That's right. It's a lot to put up with, but as you can see, I love my grandma, and Grandma loves me. I love all of you. James, Julian, Olivia, Amanda, Paul. She says that I grew, and I'm so handsome too, and I look very much like my daddy used to do. And maybe that's true, but it strikes me as weird because I'm very small and I don't have a beard. Let's turn this. She brings me a pear and the old teddy bear and the big box of crayons she keeps for me there. And then while I color, she reads me some rhymes that she's read to me happily hundreds of times. And there are rhymes about gnats. No, that's not true. There are rhymes about giants and witches and kings, about pirates with parrots and angels with wings. And those rhymes, when they're read, ring like chimes in my head, which makes rhyming the best way a thing can be said. Boy, I'm botching this one, aren't I? After all, as you know, a word's only a word, and a word by itself disappears once it's heard. But you put that same word at the end of a rhyme, and my friends, it remains in our brains for all time. Grandma gives me the room with the big fluffy bed and a big fluffy pillow just right for my head. And that's all I recall, because in the next minute, my dream has arrived and I'm already in it. This morning we grab all the foods we can reach, and we pack ourselves off to a Florida beach. The sand all around us is gleaming in white, 'cause the sun overhead is so brilliantly bright. I'm sure you can't see the words on these pages. It shines like a beam on the Florida crowd, down from Altamont Springs to Kissimmee St. Cloud, till every last shiver of coldness is gone, from Lake Okeechobee to Boca Raton, from Neptune Beach to Cocoa Beach, and West Palm Beach to Vero Beach. That sun warms each beach it can reach, and rest assured it reaches each. That wasn't easy. Okay. I know. I need your help with this one, Papa. This is a big one here. It shines on every manatee from Tampa Bay to Longboat Key, and every bass and ballyhoo, and on the barracudas too. It shines on the gators that play in the bay and the waiters that wait in the outdoor cafe. To tell you the truth, if the weather was gray, I'm not sure that the gators or waiters would stay. But the weather's not gray. No, it's not gray at all. This isn't New Jersey, New York, or St. Paul. This is Florida, baby, and there's only one. And when you're in Florida, you're in the sun. This is a weird book, but I love it. Look at this guy. That looks like Nana. My grandma is wearing her big floppy hat, and her sunglasses aren't much smaller than that. Her robe is so fluffy she looks like a cat. She wonders out loud if it makes her look fat. No fatter than yesterday, Grandma, I say. You look just the same as you do every day. And that makes her laugh, which I find quite confusing. I can't always tell why she thinks I'm amusing. But this is the thing that makes grandmas grand. They love you for reasons you can't understand. My grandmother thinks that I'm clever and cute if I stand on my head, if I blow on a flute. This says, if I say funny things, or I make funny faces, or if I sneak into ridiculous places, or play with my nose, or my toes, or my toys, or today when I made an unusual noise. Whatever I do, Grandma claps and she shrieks. She tells all her neighbors about it for weeks. There are others who think I'm all right or okay, and a few who'd prefer that I just go away. But I'm the best thing in my grandmother's day, and they say that's the way things are likely to stay. I jump in the waves and I'm having a ball. My grandma wades in, which means hardly at all. She takes tiny steps holding onto my shoulder. I guess when you're older, the water is colder. After a while, we go for a walk. Just my grandma and me, because we like to talk. She tells me the names of the flowers and birds. She sings a few songs and she knows all the words. She talks about life in the old days and how the world was much different than it is now. But even back then, when they had beaches and sun, it sounded like they found a few ways to have fun. I must have read that wrong. Love you guys. It all seems quite strange as we walk by the sea that my grandma was once as little as me. But growing, I guess, is just something we do. And I think before long it could happen to you. She tells me a joke and she gives me a hug. She points out a clam and a crab and a bug. I find her a shell and she smiles so wide that I think she has Florida sunshine inside. The next week or so we are busy as bees, seeing all of the sights that a sightseer sees. If you like seeing sights, I'm begging you, please, you must make your way down here and see some of these. It's kind of like a crappy recording, but I hope it's not. With so many ways to have fun in the sun, you can run to each one and still never be done. The doing, the seeing, it's all very freeing, and sometimes the best fun of all is just being. So at times we just be, Grandma, Daddy, and me. We just be in the house, or we be by the sea. And I see as we be that we're happy together. And happy is easy in Florida weather. Now, some states are known for a bird or a plant. They can choose what they like. I'm not saying they can't. But down here in Florida, gators are king. And if you're fond of beasts, then a gator's the thing. A gator is great from the jaws to the gizzard. Why, only a wizard could make such a lizard. With sharp, pointy teeth and our tails and our scales, we're much cooler than woodchucks or llamas or snails. I don't know about that. Some folks may like turtles, Or maybe a pheasant. I'm sure a pheasant is perfectly pleasant. To be clear, I'm no pheasant hater. A pheasant is fine, but a gator is greater. Who wrote this book? Yes, a beast of all kind. Yes, a beast of our kind is uniquely designed. Take a look at the way all our teeth are aligned, and the claws on our paws are so perfectly shined that they may be the shiniest kind you will find. Now let's say you're seeking a cool souvenir to remind you of all of the good times you had here. Well, whether you purchase a bag or a bonnet, you'll probably find that a gator is on it. Someday I'll move here for good, wait and see, 'cause it's the best place for a gator to be. But the moment has come that the visit is done, and we must say farewell to the Florida sun. If you travel like I do, I think you will learn that while travel is nice, it is nice to return. So after I'm coddled and cuddled and kissed, we head back to our home and the things that we've missed. And though I am no longer in Florida now, the great Sunshine State is still with me somehow, 'cause I have a picture of my grandma's face and Florida gators all over the place. The end. Aw. And Nana loves Michigan too. I love you guys. How do I shut this off? Love you. Oops.